On the 150th anniversary of Vande Mataram, Parliament witnessed a long and heated debate. Prime Minister Narendra Modi opened the discussion in the Lok Sabha and he made a strong allegation. He said that parts of the national song were removed in 1937 to please the Muslim League. He also said that dividing the song sowed the seeds of India's partition. Prime Minister Narendra Modi opened the discussion in the Lok Sabha and he made a strong allegation. He said that parts of the national song were removed in 1937 to please the Muslim League. He also said that dividing the song sowed the seeds of India's partition.
उस चिट्ठी में जिन्ना की भावना से नेहरू जी अपनी सहमति जताते हुए कि वंदे मातरम की, ये जो उन्होंने सुभाष बाबू को लिखा है, वंदे मातरम की आनंद मठ वाली पृष्ठभूमि मुसलमानों को इरिटेट कर सकती है। मैं नेहरू जी का कोट पढ़ता हूं। नेहरू जी कहते हैं, मैंने वंदे मातरम गीत का बैकग्राउंड पढ़ा है। नेहरू जी फिर लिखते हैं, मुझे लगता है कि ये जो बैकग्राउंड है इससे मुस्लिम भड़केंगे। साथियों, इसके बाद कांग्रेस की तरफ से बयान आया कि 26 अक्टूबर से कांग्रेस कार्य समिति की एक बैठक कोलकाता में होगी, जिसमें वंदे मातरम के उपयोग की समीक्षा की जाएगी। बंकिम बाबू का बंगाल, बंकिम बाबू का कोलकाता, और उसको चुना गया और वहां पर समीक्षा करना तय किया। वंदे मातरम गीत गाया, लेकिन देश का दुर्भाग्य कि 26 अक्टूबर को कांग्रेस ने वंदे मातरम पर समझौता कर लिया। वंदे मातरम के टुकड़े करने के फैसले में, वंदे मातरम के टुकड़े कर दिए। उस फैसले के पीछे नकाब ये पहना गया, चोला ये पहना गया। ये तो सामाजिक सद्भाव का काम है। लेकिन इतिहास इस बात का गवाह है कि कांग्रेस ने मुस्लिम लीग के सामने घुटने टेक दिए और मुस्लिम लीग के दबाव में किया।
This claim has triggered a big question. Was Vande Mataram really broken up to appease Muslims? A clear look at history gives a fuller picture. Vande Mataram was written by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee in 1875. The first two stanzas praise the motherland. Later, Bankim expanded the poem in his novel Anandam Math. These extra 6 stanzas describe Hindu monks fighting Muslim rulers in Bengal. They also invoked Hindu goddesses like Durga. The novel was set around the Sannyasi rebellion. Because of this context, many Muslims begin to feel that the later part of the song did not include them. Over time, the slogan Vande Mataram was used in political rallies. In moments of communal tension, it was sometimes shouted to provoke. Historians have written about this pattern since the early 90s. Despite this, Congress leaders like Gandhi, Nehru and Rajendra Prasad respected the song for its role in the freedom struggle. It was the soundtrack of India's fight for independence. Many revolutionaries went to the gallows chanting it. But they also recognized another truth. A national movement needed every community on board. When the Congress debated adopting Vande Mataram formally in 1937, the dilemma became sharp. Subhash Chandra Bose wanted the full song. Nehru disagreed. He feared that the later stanzas which came for Anandam Math would alienate Muslims. He wrote to Bose saying the novel's background could irritate the Muslim community. Nehru then turned to Rabindranath Tagore for guidance. Tagore had popularized Vande Mataram in 1896. After thinking deeply, Tagore suggested a simple solution. He said, use only the first 2 stanzas, They were devotional, inclusive, and focused on India's beauty. They carried no religious imaginary that could offend. Tagore even wrote that the first two stanzas had a separate individuality and inspiring significance that did not harm any community. Based on this advice, the Congress Working Committee met in Calcutta in late 1937. Leaders like Gandhi, Nehru, Bose, Patel, Azad and Prasad were all present. They passed a clear public resolution. It said whenever Vande Mataram is sung, only the first two stanzas should be used. Gandhi repeated this on the final day of the session. Nothing was hidden, nothing was done secretly. It was an openly recorded political decision. After independence, the Constituent Assembly upheld this line. In 1950, the version with two stanzas was recognized as India's national song with the same respect as the national anthem. Today, these two stanzas are the ones taught in schools, sung at events, and known across India. The popular A.R. Rahman version is also based on the shorter form. The full 8-stanza version still exists in Bankim Chandra's book and in cultural spaces. It has never been erased on BAPT. So what does this all mean? Yes, the song was shortened. No, it was not done in secret or to appease anyone in a weak way. It was done to protect unity at a time when communal tensions were rising and to ensure that every Indian could stand under one symbol. Even historian Sabyasachi Bhattacharya wrote, "The song that united also divided." His point was very simple. Symbols gain power, but they also gain pressure. When communities are on edge, slogans can become weapons. The Congress leadership tried to prevent that. In the end, Vande Mataram remains a powerful reminder of the freedom struggle. It carries both pride and pain. It shows how India has always tried to balance identity, emotion, and unity. And it continues to stand as a symbol of courage and devotion to the motherland.